Hey guys, your girl Urban Chick One. So this is my update video on my blog. I think it's been probably several months since the last time I posted an update on how I've been doing since COVID hit. Since you do know, I do currently live in New York City, and it has been a roller coaster. It's been very hard. It's been very tough. It's been high anxiety. It's been stressful. It's been depressing for me at times, but I'm getting through it. And last week, I would say all of last week has been probably one of the best weeks I've had compared to the last several months, mainly because I got a new job. Yay! So yes, I got a new job. I'm very happy. Of course, I am working remote because it's in quarantine. It is in graphic design. It is a high level position. It is more of a manager level position. It's more of an art director role. So I am actually managing a junior designer. So it's a lot of responsibility. It is a lot more money. I'm making a lot more money, honey. To the point where I feel like anybody I date, they probably ain't gonna be making as much as me. Like, it's that high. Like, I'm in a whole nother tax bracket, honey. Which I need to be, because living in New York ain't cheap, okay? So it's exciting. I'm still working, and as in graphic design fields. I'm more on I'll say an art director level. I'm working for an advertising company. Last week was, my last Monday was my first week of working, so I worked all of last week. Like, literally, I will say this: being in quarantine, if you want to just stay in a good space, it's all about your perspective. Because once I found out I got a job, like, I just felt so much more happy. I'm not as depressed because now I don't have to worry about, hey, how am I going to pay my bills? Just everything. Like, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to buy food? Like, am I going to ever find a job again? How long is this going to last? Am I going to lose my apartment? I will say this: I will have to move. So the company is not located in New York City. That's another thing. Because of COVID, I've been opening up. And anyone who's looking for a job now, I would say that too. Maybe not just look in your location, because some companies will let you work remotely indefinitely. And then some companies might require you to move and work remotely during COVID. So this time around, it was extremely tough to find like graphic design related roles, because millions and millions of people have been hit, and it just made the whole scene of in the job hunt in that field 10 times harder. So I have to be open, especially if it's a position that's sorry, I got something on my lip. Don't touch your face. Don't do what I'm doing. But especially since this job will is another step in my career. It's not at the same step or level I was at in my past job. It's like another step towards elevating my career path. It felt like it was an opportunity that I couldn't give up. And honestly, I was born and raised in Brooklyn. I love New York, but I'm ready for a change, to be honest with you. And it's just, yeah, change is a little scary, but I'm ready. Like, I'm just ready to and honestly, I'm ready to get the fuck out of my apartment. Like, I just can't. Child. As far as living in New York City during COVID, it's calmed down a little bit. I would say that less people wearing their masks, which I don't like. I would say maybe it used to be 60, now it look like it's 70%. Every time I walk outside, especially during lunch hours, I think I'm going to go back to walking outside during the morning or during the evening. It really bothers me. Like, hey, this is how I'm an avid mask wearer. I wear a mask every time going outside, because since I live in New York, knowing people I personally went to school with that have cousins, that have grandmothers, that have like actual family members who have died. And I remember this one guy I went to school with, I won't say his name. His cousin was like 32 and she looked healthy, and she didn't have any underlying conditions, nothing. And this lady literally, she posted on her Facebook about how I think she said was like, hey, I'm doing fine, I'm not even wearing a mask. She said something of that caliber, and then literally he reposted her name and said she passed away or whatever. And then I clicked on the names on Facebook to look at her photo stream. I mean her feed. Yeah, so just knowing people who are younger than me or around my age who were healthy, who just died like a whole week later after getting COVID, like things like that scares the shit out of me. And one of my closest friends since high school, like we've been tight for like over 10 years. She works in the medical field. So she's worried about a whole wave coming in the fall. Like she is scared. She not playing around with this. Like we were supposed to meet up 2 weeks ago, and someone on her floor got COVID, and so she has to get tested. So she's like, "No, girl, we ain't meeting up." Because she was like, for my safety, if she has it, and so we might meet up 3 weeks from now. It's a lot, but I'm in a better space. I'm in a better headspace. I'm more happy. The new job, it is very, very busy. It's a huge workload. On my first day, I worked from 9:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. And then the next day, I worked from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Like the workload is crazy. Usually, if you work in the advertising field, it can get very, very crazy, especially depending on the department you work in. But if you, especially at an advertising company that's in like a major city like New York, where I'm at, it can get very, very busy. Like advertising companies are crazy, hardcore. But yeah, just to give you an update, I'm doing good. I actually purchased an elliptical. You see it? Yeah, it's right there. That's my baby. Because since I'm working these long hours, sometimes my and it's just a lot of meetings, and then I have to delegate work, and I have to check up on the designers that I'm managing, and also look over their work and give them edits and have meetings and have updates on changes. And it's just like it's a lot. You have to be very on top of your toes. You have to keep your calm. You have to be organized. And then I still have my own design work that I have to do. Like if the designer is if their workload is too much, then I have to take some of the workload if there's a deadline on top of my meetings. It's a lot. So, and sometimes I'm sitting and my legs fall asleep, so I got an elliptical. So if you want to see that review, if you on the elliptical that I purchased for my apartment, post below, and I'll do like a review on the elliptical. I might do it, but if you really want to see it, post your comment below. If you're interested in getting like an exercise machine for your apartment or your home, and you want to just see how I'm using mine, then let a sister know. I'll do a review. I got you, girl. Yeah, so I've been in a better headspace. Today was the first time I put on makeup, and I was like, ooh, I don't know, this concealer is too white. But yeah, I've been doing good. I hope you guys are really doing well. I mean, hey, post your comments on like how has your experience been during these hard times. And I would say this overall, I've been happy. But when Chadwick Boseman, when he died, I was sad. I was sad that whole night, and the next day I was really sad. And then yesterday, Miss Ginsburg. When I heard she died, that was really sad. Like, I didn't personally know much about her. There has been a movie made on her, who was when she was part of the Supreme Court. But it just seems like always like every other month, there's someone who's made like a huge impact on society that we're finding who dies, and it's just sad. And it's like, damn. We ain't in the moon, we ain't in retrograde. We in a whole nother freaking level. Like I don't know what the hell's going on. This ain't retrograde. This is something else. This child, I don't know. But that's where I'm at. The numbers are down in New York City as far as COVID. I pray they stay down, especially during the fall. Yeah, and so that's where I'm at. But yeah, that's to give you an update. And yeah, so maybe I'll do story times or something in the future, but I'll see you guys later. All right.